on the same thing. Biden's COVID diagnosis comes at the worst possible time for his campaign. President Joe Biden's COVID diagnosis on Wednesday's afternoon could hardly have come at a more devastating time. Not only did he cut short a 2-day campaign swing in Nevada, but it threatens to deepen Democratic anxieties over and resistance to his reelection campaign, which has been teetering for nearly 2 weeks since his abysmal performance in his first debate with former President Donald Trump. The news, first announced to a crowd of Hispanic activists awaiting his speech in Las Vegas and shortly thereafter confirmed by the White House, will surely deepen concerns about Biden's age, health, and stamina that have many Democrats calling for him to step aside as the party's presidential nominee. Perhaps even more importantly, it could create a vacuum that privately skeptical Democrats now feeling a heightened sense of urgency may feel inclined to feel by amping up their pressuring campaign.
Man, yeah, he got COVID. Okay, it happens. You know what I'm saying? He has the best medical care that the government can afford to politicians. He'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? I think people are just coming out just to be spoken out just so they can say something. You know what I'm saying? Just to be seen at the moment. He's still going to be the nominee unless something happens between now and September, which I doubt is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? He's still working. Like here, I want to add to that article. You know, President Biden just reportedly considered overhauls of the federal judiciary, including the imposing of term limits for Supreme Court justices and binding a code of ethics. It's not immediately clear when Biden may announce his backing of reform for the federal judiciary, but it's highly unlikely any of such measures would pass both chambers Congress nor hold up the constitutional muster if he issued an executive order. So that may have been a little jumbled. But what he wants to do is he wants to put term limits on Supreme Court justices, and he wants to put a code of ethics, which we need to have anyways.
I mean,
it's like, is he sick or is he working?
You would hope that he steps in, he does something about the Supreme Court stuff, because it's pretty much a done deal.
He's the king now.
Once he's out of office, man, and if Trump takes over, we understand that this 2025 Project 2025 is already being enacted, and it'll be easier for them to enact. On top of this, though, me looking at this COVID diagnosis, I mean, I feel like it's almost a easy way for him to bow out.
Yeah, but he could be over COVID. I mean, it depends what kind of COVID you get. There's so many strains out now. Like, shout out to my boss or whatever. He just caught COVID, right? But he caught it, and then it lasted for about 2-3 weeks, this new strain that he got. And now he's still having long COVID. And the COVID affects everyone differently. Some people get COVID, you have mild symptoms like President Biden has right now. Some people get COVID, your hair falls out, you lose your taste. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of different strains of COVID, and we just kind of ignored it after a while because we're just like, everyone's over it. So I mean, he'll be fine. Like I said, when Donald Trump got COVID, they gave him the shot to rage him up. He was rage tweeting everybody. Like, it's not that serious. Now, if we get a report in 2 days where it's like Joe Biden's bedridden and Kamala Harris is up there with some braids and a pretty wig, then we know something's up. You know what I'm saying?
That's not necessarily the fact that he's going to get sick over it, but to me, just watching him and watching his just his speeches and everything, he's gotten markedly slower. If we were just watching from even 2020 till now, or if watching from even before that, 2016 or 2015 till now, it's bad. I mean, it's really, really bad. He can't. I mean, for what, it's high stakes right now. And just trust me, I like Joe Biden. I don't want him. I wish Biden was the Biden of, give me 2020 Biden and we would be good. I'll be straight. We were ready to go.
Yeah.
Even with 2020 Biden. You know what I mean?
But who would you replace him with?
It's got to be Kamala. And I don't think, I'm going to be honest with you, and I don't think that Kamala is even the person for it, but you cannot. This is what I wanted to bring up. I was watching Joy Reid, watching a couple of different people, Rachel Maddow. And it's not always that I watch that channel because I really don't like to watch anything that's too far left or too far right.
I don't like CNN.
That's MSNBC.
Oh yeah, they're all right. I want to say I don't like CNN.
I try not to watch anything like that. I'd rather just, But anyway, so they were talking about it, and I'm listening to them, and they're kind of almost. Joy Reid has a lot of different people that she deals with within the Congressional Black Caucus, which is the House of Representatives, all the black members of the House of Representatives who are Democrat. They've made a caucus together. They all kind of came together and made like a group or a voting block, pretty much like 50 something of them that are all Democrats, right? Yeah. And she's like, everyone's saying that they'll be really angry if Kamala Harris gets looked over. They couldn't put up with that. You know what I mean? Which I understand.
Joy Reid's, I feel Joy Reid's she's not a foundational Black American either.
Are you sure? What is she?
Yeah, her father's from the Democratic Republic of Congo, and her mother's from Ghana. Well,
she damn sure speaks like one.
Of course she does. She's a first generation. I'm just saying that you see there's these
I
shells.
see what you're saying, though.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, though, the Congressional Black Caucus, most of them are foundational Black Americans. They are. And they're all like, we're in a situation. Kamala, to me, man, I feel like sometimes she speaks like down to Black people to a degree. Sometimes, you get that from her. But I know Kamala's also a pit bull.
I'd rather someone speak down to me than speak about me.
I'm talking about when she goes and does interviews certain times with Black people, she'll kind of give them more of an attitude than what I'm going to see her give other people. But I feel like she feels more comfortable. Maybe it's a comfortability thing, or maybe it's something else. I don't know.
Well, she know Tyrone can't take her job like Tommy.
And what I also feel like is that am
I lying?
Is that I feel like if you put her in office, man, she'd be a killer in there. I feel like she'd be like people don't like Nancy Pelosi, but I like Nancy Pelosi. I think Nancy Pelosi was great at her job. She did what she's supposed to do. I think Kamala would be a killer at her job. She's one of those people. She has I think she has a killer instinct in her, man. That's just what I see from her. She just does. She's going to go after what she wants, and she's going to handle her business. She's one of those type of people. You know what I mean? So I just don't know who would be her running mate. I've been hearing one person who I would not want it to be is Gavin Newsom. I just don't like Gavin Newsom. There's a lot of reasons why I don't like him. He's one to me. I would.
What about our governor?
What do you mean? Man, that guy's Inslee.
Yeah.
I couldn't deal with it.
Nah, I don't like Inslee either, bro. He made it so we can only have like less than 10 round magazines in our rifles and stuff. I don't like that.
Just the way
I don't like that at all. We live in Washington, like by the woods. The wild animals, and China's on the other side. There's